So, as it says in the description box, I will be prompting for a couple of things. So potentially if you'd like a pillow or a towel, those are options. They're not required by any means, and we actually won't be using any blocks or anything today, so you should be good to go. So just make sure you grab a space, a pillow, and a towel. We're just gonna wait maybe another minute or two just to allow everyone to join in while we get set up. Let's go ahead and open up music. Okay. So a couple of things we're going to be working on today. We're going to be going through a little bit more of kind of that flow work through some of our chaturangas. Always an option to not do the full chaturanga. I'll show you what your options are there. And then we will be opening up the hips, the legs, and doing a couple of standing poses. So a tree pose and some balancing poses. So it looks like we've got a couple people, so we'll go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have a pillow, go ahead and grab it. We're going to get started in a relaxing pose. We're going to start in a child's pose by bringing your big toes to touch, your knees as wide as the mat, and you're going to bring your hips to your heels. So from here, go ahead, bring the pillow underneath you. Go ahead and just lay on down on top of that pillow here. You can put your head to one side, you can put your face down, or head to the other side. Arms can go out long in front of you or behind you here. Just taking a moment to settle in. Relaxing onto the ground, figuring out where that pillow is best suited. This should support your chest so that you don't have to push it down to the ground quite as much. It allows for some relaxation in your shoulders and upper back. So let's go ahead and focus in on our breath. Big breath in through your nose. Hold at the top. Exhale out through your mouth. Do two more just like that. In through your nose. Hold at the top. Exhale out through your mouth. Last big breath all together. In through your nose. Hold at the top. Exhale out through your mouth. If you have your head turned to one side, go ahead and switch directions so you have the other ear facing down. Still feeling that breath flow through your body, even though I'm not prompting you here. Just noticing that it comes through your nose, down your throat, causes your lungs to inflate, maybe your stomach to inflate. And then feeling the back line of your body compress down towards the ground as you breathe out. Bring your head to the middle if you had it off to one side. Gently lift up your body to remove that pillow and then go straight back down into child's pose. From here, you can feel it get a little bit deeper now that there's nothing supporting you. We're going to do a couple of side opening stretches by bringing our hands over to the right Walk those hands across your mat, planting those hands into the ground, pushing through your left hip to feel that big side stretch through the left side of your body. One more deep breath here. Exhale, walk your hands through the middle, over to the left side. This time, plugging your right hip down. Really trying to feel a long line of energy from that right hand to your right hip. Really opening up through the armpit, around the outsides of the ribs, and the hip flexor. Slowly walk those hands back to the center. Big deep breath in through the middle. Exhale out through the mouth. Walk your hands in underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees so they're right underneath your hips, and now we're in a tabletop pose. From here, you know, we always start here with our cat-cows. So we're gonna go ahead, bring our chest through the middle, bring those hips up. Inhale here. Exhale, push through your shoulder blades. Big cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Maybe try what it feels like to bend your elbows in between these poses and extend them when you get to the bottom or the top. For me, this really allows me to get deeper in where my spine would like to go. One more each way. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Bring your spine back to neutral. We're going to do a forearm stretch here, just because I know I've been spending a lot of time on electronic devices. So go ahead, sit down onto your heels, flex your hands towards your fingertips, towards your body. Palms of your hands go up. So fingertips reach back. And we're back in our tabletop pose with our fingers facing towards our knees. If you're already feeling your stretch here, wonderful, stay here. If you'd like more, scoot your hips back, shifting them back in space as you plant your hands onto the ground, stopping where you feel a sensation that feels like it's stretching, but it isn't straining. Fine line, but a very important line there. Deep breath in. Exhale, coming back up to the top. Undo those hands. We're going to come back onto those heels in our hero's pose, and we're just going to roll out the wrists just a little bit. So go ahead, circle out those wrists in one direction, and then the second direction. Go ahead, clasp those hands and roll out those wrists. Unclasp those fingers and bring them so that they are clasped the opposite way. I know that sounds a little weird, but so if your right thumb was on top first, now your left thumb is on top. It's going to feel a little different just because our body likes to move in the same way. We're trying to challenge that a little. All right, shake out those hands. Do a couple of flicks with the fingers. So there will be several times that we're up on a down dog today and going through planks. I know you guys are all very strong and capable, but if at any point you feel like that is not the restful pose that you want it to be, you're always welcome to go back to that child's pose or to roll out your wrists, give them a little break. Always good for you to do what your body wants you to do, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, speaking of down dog, we're gonna go ahead and get started into one of those. So planting your hands down, pushing into the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, hover the knees up. Just hold here for a second. We're really engaging the arms. Deep breath in, exhale, extend the hips up, legs long, pedal out those feet, pushing one heel down at a time. Bring those feet to stillness. Look through the center of your hands, and we're going to tiptoe walk up to a forward fold. Feet come out wide as the mat. Go ahead, grasp at the elbows, let the head hang long, and go ahead, move side to side here. Having a nice gentle bend in the knees. We'll keep this in your legs instead of your back. Maybe straightening and bending one leg at a time, see how that feels. Go ahead, nod your head yes, shake your head no. Plant your hands to the ground. Go ahead, bring those feet back to center so big toes touch, sliver of space in between the heels. Walk those hands up right underneath the kneecaps, straighten out that back, halfway lift. Making sure that you're really engaging in the abs here to keep you upright and that you're rolling those shoulders back. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Still perfectly fine to have a bend in those knees as you roll forward. Gentle bend in the knees stays there as you root to rise all the way up your spine. Head is lost to go right. And bring those hands up to a mountain pose. Rolling those shoulders back, opening up so that your pinkies are facing forward, thumbs are facing back. In our mountain pose here, we're just going to do one chest opener real quick by rolling those shoulders back, goalpost those arms, maybe bend those knees as we pull our chest up to the ceiling. Deep breath in, exhale, hands back up to center. I didn't plan for that, I just thought it would feel good. Bring those hands to touch, hands come back through the chest, forward fold. Plant those hands, bend in the knees if you need to, stepping back one leg at a time until we get to our down dog. From here, we're going to raise our right leg up, three-legged dog. And now we're going to open those hips. So bend the right knee so that heel falls behind you, hips rise so they're stacked on top of each other. Make sure here, it's really tempting to open the shoulders up all the way, but we want to try and keep both of those shoulders facing down so that it really gets into the front line of that hip. Maybe flex and point that toe here. Maybe rotate the hip by bringing the knee down around, drawing circles with that knee. Here, we're going to go back to a tabletop by bringing our upper body, shoulders over wrists, knee comes to the ground, other knee comes to the ground. We're back in our tabletop here. From here, we're going to go ahead and bring that same leg, that right leg is going to shoot straight out to the side of you, flex, and drop to the ground. So I'm going to switch so you guys can see me a little bit better here. So we're in our half gate pose. You may remember it from week 1. We're going to go ahead, bring our hands to our hips and rise up to the top. All right. From here, we're going to do a couple of side openers. Arms come out to the side. We're going to lean over. Left hand comes to the ground. Right arm comes up. Come back to the center. Right hand comes down. Left arm comes up. Wow, I certainly feel this in my side body. I don't know if you guys do. We're going to go ahead and do one more round of these. All right, tipping back towards that back leg. Ooh, man, that feels good. Bring those hands back to center. We're going to drop those hands back down to our tabletop, walk them out a little bit, and then we're going to go back to that child's pose, sinking the hips back. Now you'll notice, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see, but you'll notice I'm not going to go as far back as I do in my normal child's pose, mostly because this leg is extended and I don't want to overextend it. If this does not feel good in your body, go ahead and go right back to a regular child's pose like you did at the beginning. Last deep breath in. Exhale, bring those hips over those knees. We're going to go ahead and swing that right leg that's extended out to the side, out into the front, into a low lunge. You may need to scoot your back knee back to make a little bit more room. And now we're in a nice low lunge here. From here, we're going to just do one quick opener with that hamstring. We're going to walk the hands back, straightening the front leg if that feels good to you here, pointing and flexing through the foot. Keeping the chest high to make sure we're really elongating along the spine. Plant down on that heel. We're going to walk the hands forward, back into that low lunge. From here, plant the hands. We're going to go ahead and pop that back leg up. Step left foot to reach, right foot. Halfway lift. Exhale back down. Inhale, root to rise, up to mountain pose. Roll those shoulders back. Get the core engaged. Deep breath in. Exhale. Widen up those arms. Big chest open. Inhale here. Exhale. Hands back up to mountain. Hands back through the center as we forward fold. Plant those hands down. We're going to go ahead and do it all on the other side. Down dog here. So this time, let's go ahead, raise the left foot, three-legged dog here. Bend the left knee so that the heel sinks behind you, and then stack those hips on top of each other, working to keep both those shoulders pointing towards the ground. So you can really feel it in that front hip flexor. Like point and flex through that toe, see what that feels like. Maybe if you did so on the other side, rolling through, using your knee almost like a pencil, drawing a circle with it. One more deep breath here. Back to that three-legged dog. We're going to bring our upper body so that our shoulders step over our wrists. Bring that left knee down, right knee down to meet in our tabletop. Let's get that nice happy open pose here. So bringing that left foot up to the side, flexing in the foot, you let it drop down. Bringing your hands to your hips to rise up to the top. All right, hands come up, shooting out to your sides. We go over to the right hand drop, left hand comes up. Back up to the middle. Left hand up, right hand, left hand down, right hand up, there we go. Back through the middle, leaning over. Back through the middle, leaning back towards that left leg. Wow, that feels great. Bring it back through the middle. We're gonna go ahead, bring the hands through the center, back down to your tabletop. And here is your child's pose variation. So, choosing whatever is best for your body here. I'm going to switch back around, maybe walking those hands forward a little bit and scooting those hips back, sending energy through your tailbone, maybe letting your head drop is perfectly fine if it doesn't touch the ground. Use this quite a deep stretch in that hip and glute with the left leg. Deep breath here. Exhale it out. One more deep breath. And out. Bringing those hands, walk them in a little bit. Back up to your half gate pose. So this time, instead of going to our tabletop, just like we did on the other side, we're going to bring that left leg up, maybe having to scoot that right knee back into a low lunge. Right. Feels wonderful. From here, go ahead, walk those hands back. We're going to just do a little bit of a hamstring. Chest stays nice and tall. Straighten out that left leg, flexing and pointing through that foot. Bring the weight back into the heel as you walk those hands forward, back into your big, extended low lunge. Deep breath in, exhale it out. Up onto those back toes. Plant the hands as you bring your right foot to meet your left. Forward fold. Walk those hands up to those kneecaps, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, root to rise all the way up to that mountain pose. All right, we're going to speed through those stretches real quick, just one more time before we add on. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands come through the center. Back down to forward fold. Plant the hands, step back to down dog. From here, planting into those shoulders. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. Stack those hips, drop the right heel towards your booty, and make sure those shoulders are facing the ground. Deep breath here. Exhale, back to three-legged dog. Shift forward over those wrists, drop the knees, tabletop. Right leg shoots out to the side, flexing the foot here. We're just going to go straight into our child's pose. Walk the hands out, hips go back. One breath here in. Exhale, walk the hands back in, hips rise. Right foot comes forward into a nice low lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're just going to go straight into that forward fold. Pop the back leg up. Left leg joins left foot joins right foot. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, coming up to mountain. Exhale, hands through heart center. Forward fold. Plant the hands. Walk those legs back down the dog. All right, other side. Left leg rises, three-legged dog. Stack the hips, drop the left leg back. Push the hips. And you'll really feel it even more if you squeeze your glutes forward. Left foot goes back to three-legged dog. Shift those shoulders over those wrists. Drop the knees, tabletop. Extend the left leg out long next to you. Walk the hands out forward and shoot the hips back. Extended child's pose. One breath here in. Exhale, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, hips rise. Left foot comes forward, scooting the right knee back into a low lunge. Hands plant, right toe under, raising the back leg, maybe planting your hands if you need it, trying to maybe get up in one step this time. All right, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Our next sequence is going to be pretty similar, coming up to mountain. But we're going to add a couple of things. Hands come through heart center, forward fold. And hands, stepping back, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to raise the right leg up and go straight into our low lunge. The right leg comes through the front two hands. Keep that back leg lifted. We're going to bring both our hands to the front knee to help stabilize us as we come up to a high crescent lunge. Arms come to frame the ears. Deep breath in. Exhale. All right. So from here, we're going to go ahead, spin the back heel down. The left heel comes parallel to the mat edge. Right foot stays facing forward. You guys guessed it. We're going right into our warrior two. Hands come through the heart center. Arms extend out long. I'm going to go ahead and change my direction just so that you can see what I'm doing. You guys can see what I'm doing. We're all on the same page here. So we're going to go through a sequence that we have been doing in small amounts over the last couple of classes, but trying to kind of really make it more into a flow, getting more expressive with it, right? So we're going to go ahead, shoot the right arm forward, bringing the right arm down, left arm comes up, extended side ankle, maybe extending that back arm. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Maybe getting a little lower into that lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, open up the chest even more, trying to get it to face the ceiling. On your next inhale, we're going to bring that right arm in front of you and bring them both back at the same time as you shoot the right arm out. The left arm comes back, staying nice and low in that front leg, reverse warrior. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring those hands down together, cartwheeling them down to frame the front foot. From here, planting the hands, right arm or right leg, comes back to meet leg down facing dog. We're going to do that sequence really quick on the left side. We're going to even more. Left leg comes up. Inhale here. Exhale. Knee to nose, bringing it through the center. We are in our extended low lunge. Bring those hands up to the knee. Chest rises. Arms rise to frame the face. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Maybe getting a little bit deeper. Maybe bending into that back knee to give a little bit more space in the lower back. Exhale. Spin the back leg down. The back heel comes to the ground. Hands come through the center. Shoot out to the sides and shoot. I gotta change direction again. So that left leg in front, right leg behind us. Arms out wide. Extending through the fingertips, looking over our left fingertips here. All right, we're going to go straight into that extended side angle. Bring the upper body over the front leg. Left arm comes down to the thigh. Right arm comes up, maybe extending through that bottom arm. Really using our abs to keep us up here and not sinking into it, right? Push to the back side, that pinky side edge of your back foot. Deep breath in. Extend, open the chest up to the ceiling. One more breath here, in. Exhale, bring the left arm up, And we're gonna circle both those arms back. Keep that bend in that front leg into our reverse warrior. One more deep breath here. Exhale it out. We're gonna go ahead, spin those hands down to bring the front foot. Bring the front foot, not the foot. Drop down onto the right knee. The left knee meets. Bring those shoulders over those wrists. We're gonna come all the way down to the ground. We're gonna do an option for your chaturanga. So you guys should know this if you've taken a couple of my classes by now. We're gonna do a low cobra variation. Bringing those big toes to touch. Turn on those back legs so that your knees lift off the ground, but your toes stay touching the ground. Hands come right behind those shoulder blades, elbows turning back. This will automatically start to rise the chest off of the ground, pushing into the toes. Low cobra. Exhale. Hands out long, head to the ground. Bring those hands right under your shoulders. Tuck those toes under, coming up to those knees. Pushing into the toes to raise the hips, down dog. That's your cobra variation of your chaturanga. Absolutely an option to take that when you're doing chaturangas for the rest of class. Looking in between the hands, let's walk those feet forward. Big toes touch. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise with a good bend in the knees, all the way to mountain. Inhale here. Exhale, hands through heart center. Into forward fold. Same sequence, we're going to add on this time. Plant those hands, walk those feet back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Look forward in between those hands, nose to knee, bring it through the center. High lunge here. Option to bring those hands to your knee if you need it, or lift the arms up as you rise up to your crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. On your next exhale, spinning the back heel down, hands come through heart center, extend out, warrior two. Really turning on this outside of your front leg to make sure that your knee isn't dipping inwards. But really working on that IT band to keep your thighs nice and open. Deep breath in, extend upper body over front leg, arms tick-tock, either supporting the elbow or extending the bottom arm, extended side angle, open that chest to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, straight into reverse warrior, keeping that nice big bend in the front leg. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to come back to warrior two. I'm going to switch directions really quickly. The joys of being on Facebook Live or Zoom or whatever it is. All right, we're going to go ahead, straighten up that front leg, and then twist both of the legs so they're 45-degree angle open. Arms come up, big star pose, open up the chest. Oh, this feels good. Inhale. Exhale, big squat here. It's like a sumo squat, but we're going to bring our hands together. This is called our horse pose. We're going to go side to side, open up those hips just a little bit. Inhale here. Exhale, build up that tension. Inhale. Exhale, release the tension by straightening your legs, toes point forward, prasarita, forward fold. Head hangs at the bottom. Maybe grasping at the elbows if that feels good. I'm going to cue for us to go side to side. So bringing our fingertips to the ground, we're going to walk them over to the left leg, bending in the left leg. Hands come through middle. Go to the right leg, bend in the right leg. Back over to the left leg. Back over to the right leg. Coming back to middle. Forward fold here. Bring those hands to your hips. Turn on the abs. Tiny bend at the knees. Rise back up to your big star pose. We're going to go ahead, bring ourselves back into that warrior two position with our right leg facing forward. Spin those arms down. All right, here's our chance for our chaturanga. So those of you who would like to do the cobra that we just did, go ahead and go for that by bringing your knees down. Those of you who want to do a full chaturanga, meet me in a plank. Rocking forward so that your shoulders go past your wrists. We're going to come down into a half push-up. Always an option to drop your knees here. Bring those toes under and push the chest up. Knees stay off the ground to keep this from going too intense into your lower back. Upward dog. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the toes. Push the hips up. Downward dog. Lovely chaturanga, everyone. From here, we're going to lift that left foot. Bring it through the center, nose to knee. Knee to nose. One of the two. And our low lunge here. Option to bring those hands up to your knee or extend them out long up to, got the wiggle wobbles here on this side, your crescent lunge. Deep breath here. In. Exhale, spin the back heel down, hands through the center. Warrior two, turning on the outside of that thigh here. Deep breath in. Exhale, extend the upper body over, dropping the left hand either to the elbow, to the knee, or extend out long, right arm comes up. Deep breath in. Exhale, open that chest up to the ceiling. Rise with that left arm up. Paint sky. Nice big bend in that front leg. Reverse warrior here. Inhale here. Exhale, back to warrior two. Hands come to the middle. Extend through that left leg now. Bringing those feet out to that 45-degree angle. Arms kind of wide star pose. Mellow that feels great on upper back. Bring the hands back to the center. We're going to go nice and low into our horse pose, going side to side. Adding on here, we're going to bring our hands to the center of our thighs, taking one shoulder at a time. Nice lower back. Bring those hands back to heart center. We're going to straighten through the legs. Bring those toes to face forward, maybe extending out your arms this time as we lower forward into a forward fold, a wide-legged forward fold. We're going to do those side-to-side crawls again, but this time we're going to see if we can go a little bit lower. So starting with our hands over to our left, going even lower, maybe dropping your, bringing up the toe of your opposite leg. There we go. That's what I was looking for. This is Skandasana. From here, we're going to bring those hips up as we walk on over, dropping those hips over the right ankle, maybe bringing this, I know you guys can't see it very well, there we go, bringing this heel up if you need to. Left heel plants, toes rise, not necessary to do this. You can do exactly what we did before. All right, let's go back over to the left. Dropping onto that heel, right leg extends long, toes point to the air. Walk those hands over, back to the right side. We're going to go ahead, come back to the middle. Hang out here with your head long for just a second. Maybe using your hands to rock out your neck. Bring your hands to your hips, gentle bend in the knees, rising all the way up. We're gonna go into that warrior two again by bringing our left toe to face the front. Hands to the middle, out long, warrior two. Inhale here, just for the transition. Coming down, cartwheel those arms. All right, here's your choice, cobra or full chaturanga. Full chaturanga is you're in your plank, shifting forward, shoulders over wrists. Half push up here. Flip those toes, pushing through the arms, upward facing dog. Really extending through those legs. Tuck the toes, hips come up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale. Looking forward, up between your hands, walk those feet up. Deep forward fold here. I want to make sure we have plenty of time for our standing poses, so we're going to go straight to those now. But first, let's go ahead, crouch and curl. Ooh, that feels good. Go ahead and have a seat while I explain what we're going to do next. All right. So, we're going to do a modified big toe pose. So the first time around, we're going to be grabbing for the knee. If you are a regular, you're going to yoga classes often and it's in your practice to do the full big toe fold, please feel free to do that here. But I will cue for our modification, which is using a towel or a strap or anything that will extend your reach on the second round. Okay. So let's go ahead and come up to a standing pose. Standing pose, we're just going to come to standing. All right. Let's go ahead, root into your feet. Maybe close your eyes and see what it feels like just to pay attention to where your feet are on the ground. I was finding this to be a really odd and interesting exercise to really pay attention to where I put my weight in my feet. Let's try and bring the weight, spread it out to the four corners of your feet. So the tops near your pinkies, near your big toes, on the outside edges of your heels and the inside edges of your heels, bringing attention to all those places of the feet. From here, we're going to go ahead and bring our weight, shifting it over to the right foot. So you can see on the camera, I've kind of shifted just a little bit, but I'm just trying to bring all of my weight over to the right so that when I start to lift my left foot, it feels a little bit more natural, right? Except now, fun. Okay, so from here, you're gonna go ahead, bring that knee up to your chest, grasping into that knee, really pulling it into your chest, trying to roll those shoulders back so that we're not punching forward. Let's see if I have the balance today. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're gonna bring our right hand to the outside edge of our left knee. Left arm extends out long into the twist. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more deep breath here. Exhale it out. Bringing your hands back to the center. We're going to go ahead, grab that knee with our left hand and pull it out to the side. Your right arm can come out or it can stay on your hip here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring that knee back to center and drop it down. All right, maybe wiggle out that other leg. All right, so now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So pay attention to those feet. Shift the weight over to the left side this time. We're gonna draw the right knee up to the chest, grabbing it with both hands, pull it nice and close. Maybe flexing the foot here. we're going to bring our left hand on top of our right knee, right arm along big lines here. Deep breath in. Exhale out long. One more just like that. Inhale. Exhale out. Hands come back to touch. Ooh, excuse me. You got wobbles. That's what they're there for. That means you're strengthening your ankles and leg muscles. Grabbing that knee with your right hand, let's open it out to the side. Hand can come out long, or you can bring it to your hip. Deep breath in. Exhale out. One more, just like that. Exhale it out. Bring that knee back to center. Let go with your hand and bring it back to the ground. Shake out those feet, those legs. All right. So now's the option for using the towel. Again, if big toe hold is in your practice, please feel free to use it. So this time, we're going to bring this towel. Sorry, it's going to touch your feet, so make sure you clean it afterwards. We're going to bring that towel underneath your left foot. So here we're going to engage the abs, turn the shoulders on, bring the weight over to the right, just like we were doing before. And this time, we're going to bring up that foot with you. It's almost like it's carrying it in a little hammock. All right. So from here, we're going to extend the leg if this feels good. If this doesn't feel good, go straight back to that. Okay? All right. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring that knee back to bent. Ooh, and we're going to slowly lower that foot. All right. Good job, everyone. So in the future, as you start to feel more flexible, we're going to add both those two things together so that you can open up using your foot or the towel, right, to open up to the sides. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other side. So we're going to bring that towel underneath the right foot. Turn on the core, roll the shoulders back, get those arms ready to support. Bring the weight over to your left foot. Bend in the knees as you realize, oh, and you may need to go up and down a couple of times like me. This is my wild side, if you couldn't tell. Not quite as stable on this side. All right, so once you feel like you've gained your stability here, we're going to go ahead and extend through that front leg. Let's focus. Concentration here. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knee. Bring your upper body with you as you lower back to the ground. Well done, everyone. Okay, so we have one more standing pose, so you can get rid of that towel, shake out those legs, and you're going to go into a tree pose. So from here, we're going to do that same thing. So every time we're doing a standing pose, we want to think about where our weight is on our feet. Okay. So from here, we're going to go ahead and bring the weight to our left foot. We're going to bring that knee up. I'm sorry, I should take a step back. For tree, there's 3 places that we can really put our leg. You can stack that foot so it's your leg is open like it would be in Warrior 2, with your toe on the ground, your heel above your other leg's ankle. You can bring it underneath your knee, above your knee, or all the way into your hip. All right? Never bring it on top of the knee because that's going to cause it to lock out and cause some joint damage. All right, now the spiel is done. Now we can go into our tree pose. So let's go ahead and bring that weight to our left side, shifting over, finding your variation here. And every variation is wonderful. You're just going to have to find what feels best for you. Really thinking about pulling this back leg open, shooting our hips forward, and really clenching, not clenching, but stabilizing with your core and your glutes here. All right? So we're really trying to push into a midline. So your body wants to shift to one side, but you need to try and keep it as centered as possible. Okay? That's what's going to keep you nice and balanced. All right, we're going to take 1 or 2 more breaths since I babbled on this side. So go ahead, bring those hands to heart center. If you want a balance challenge, closing your eyes or looking up. Ooh, that's hard for me. Deep breath in. Exhale. Hands come down. Knee comes to the front. Bring that foot to the ground. Shake it out. Let's do our other side. And this, I will stop talking quite as much so that we can have a chance to grow our branches here. Bringing those feet to root. Weight shifts to the right. Knee comes up. Finding your spot, wherever it is. Knee comes out to the side. Maybe using your hand to pull it up higher. If you need to keep a hold of that foot to keep you stable, that's totally fine. Right. So now we have the option on this side. You can keep your hands right wherever you were, holding on to your hips, or feel free to extend those branches. This is kind of one of my favorite parts of being in a large yoga class because you can see everyone's extending their branches and being creative, doing whatever they want with them. Just make sure you're really pushing towards the midline, really grounding with your foot all the way through that leg, trying to push that hip back against your opposite leg. Maybe dance around with those arms. Right. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands come back to center. Bring that knee to face the front and drop that foot. Nice job, guys. We're done with all the standing. Let's go ahead and calm down to lying on our backs. All right. Go ahead, bring your feet about mat distance, and we're going to sway those knees side to side like windshield wipers, which unfortunately we need today, but it's okay. We had a nice sun this weekend. Bring those knees to stillness. Grab those knees into your chest, rocking a little bit side to side. Keep a hold of that right knee, left leg goes long, flexing through that left foot. Grab onto that knee. This is kind of like our big toe pose, right? But now we get to fold it even deeper because we don't have to think about balance. From here, we're going to go ahead, bring that knee out wide, like we were doing before. Knee comes back through the center, bringing your left hand on top of your right knee. Right arm goes long. And supine twist, knee comes over to the opposite side. We're not focusing on getting our knee to the ground here and cranking our back, right? We're really focused on keeping our shoulders here so we can open up our chest and let gravity open up and twist our spine. Option for head to rest in the opposite direction of that knee. Deep breaths here. And exhale it out. And for a throwback back to our IanFitness pull downs, we're going to go into a figure four. Bringing our right ankle across our left knee and grabbing underneath that left knee here. You can use your elbow to push out to the side of that right knee. It'll be quite a deep sensation. Deep breath in. And exhale out. Option to add on for deeper intensity. Feel free to stay here, but you can let that leg go over to the left so that your right foot plants on the ground. This is a little combo between the last two poses that we did. This will be quite intense in your glutes, so please come out of it if it does not feel good to you. Two more breaths here. Last deep breath here. On your exhale, maybe helping your feet come back up into your figure four. Grabbing both of those knees, taking it out a little. Keep a hold of that left knee, right leg goes long, flexing that foot. Pull it nice and deep into your chest. And then open it out to the side with your left hand. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring it back to the center. Right hand grabs on top of the left side of the knee and pulls it over. So you can see my knee is not actually touching the ground here. My foot is, but you can even grab that pillow we were using before and bring it underneath that knee. Oh, it's such relaxing sound. Again here, working to keep our shoulder blades on the ground. Head falls to the opposite side. I'm going to take 2 more deep breaths here. On your next exhale, coming back up to center. Left ankle comes on top of right knee, threading through that hole to grab behind the right knee. And pulling that into your chest. I find this actually gets more intense if you flex both of your toes, all right? That's really turning on the muscles that you're stretching. So it makes it more intense. Really working to relax your upper body in this pose. Now, if you did so on the other side and you'd like to intensify on this side, again, not required, very optional. You can help those legs come over to the right so that your left foot plants on the ground. Shoulders stay on the ground still. This will be really intense along my T band and your glutes, a little bit in the psoas. And then deep breath in. Exhale it out. Bringing those feet back up. Knees and chest. Then we're going to bring our foot up. Knees looking as tight as ball that you can up your body. Deepest breath in of the day. Exhale out. Extend all of your arms out long. Relaxing your shoulder blades onto the ground. Feel free to relax into this pose. I'm going to offer a body scan, which is where we're going to bring our attention just to different parts of our body as a way of grounding us into the moment. Starting with your toes, bring all of your attention to your toes. That helps ground you, helps stabilize you when you're feeling wobbly. Bring it through the midlines of your feet up to your heels, circling around on those ankles. Bring your attention up to your calves. Feel them rest heavy onto the ground for all the work they did, keeping you upright today. Next, coming to your knees. Feeling them relax into not having to keep you facing any direction or supporting you in any direction. Next up to your thighs, your quads, your hamstrings, letting them relax into the ground. Next up to your hips, around the front and the hip flexors that we were stretching today. Back to the glutes that helped, once again, keep you stabilized, keep you strong, keep you upright. Relax them. Find any place where you might be holding tension or holding energy, and let that relax. Up your stomach, your lower back, your sacrum, the middle of your back and your ribs, just let it feel supported by the ground. Feel your shoulder blades on the ground, your chest hang heavy. All the way through up to the tops of your shoulders, down your arms, all the way down your forearms to your palms of your hands, up to your fingertips. Letting them fall heavy into the ground. Up your neck, into your chin, relaxing that chin if you were clenching, letting your tongue fall off the roof of your mouth. Thinking about your ears, up to your temples, your eyebrows. Maybe if you're holding them raised or squinted, relaxing them here. Up to the top of your head. Everything sinks heavy. Now that you are feeling relaxed and centered, feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. If you'd like to move on with the rest of your evening, but hold on to the mindfulness that you gathered here. Start to bring some energy back down your body. Maybe starting to twitch in your fingers, your toes, making fists with your hands, slowly raising them off the ground, twisting through the arms, bending those knees slightly, just so slightly. Rolling onto your side here, your fetal position, supporting your head with your arm on your back side. Use your hand in whatever way that you need to rise yourself up to a seated position, knowing what you did today is what you needed to do. There's a lot of pressure right now to be doing the right things, be doing the most we can with our quote-unquote free time. But I'm really honored that you chose to take the time to bring yourself to try something new potentially, or to expand yourself, either physically or mentally. I really appreciate you all, and I really appreciate the community that we have here in IanFitness. I'm so grateful for what that's brought to me in my life here in Seattle. Now, if you would like to join me, I'm going to bring my hands towards the center, not with my palms, touch my third eye. Thank you so much for sharing your light in me. Namaste. As always, I really appreciate you guys being here today. Please tell me if you have any questions, concerns, parts of your body that you want to work on opening, or if there's anything that you would like to learn. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.